My beautiful stars, reading time, sense of urgency reading time. So we're doing a movement reading. All right, how many days? I feel this is a now reading too. So the next next 48 hours. Okay, main collective. First, I just want to see what's around you, what's coming, and then we'll break it down. Okay, something to do with a breakup. Hold on. Alright, so your only card that's up, breakup. They'll be back. Okay, that was your first card. So we've got they'll be back, expect to hear from them soon. Someone you've gone through a separation with and cycles. So this isn't someone that you just broke up with and never heard from again. You guys have had cycles. So fate, karma, something ended, something's about to begin. Okay. Hold on, I'm just staring at this breakup card. I want one more for that. Okay, so right now, even though you've had cycles with this person, maybe you think this person's moved on, or you yourself have finally closed the door on this. This is about being unavailable, waste of time. This is over. So as you're watching this collective, you wouldn't have belief that, there's a reason I said it. You wouldn't have belief, or again, you really have shut the door, or the way that this person and your last form of communication went, you started to realize this person isn't emotionally available. They're not wanting the things I'm wanting. Okay, and you could be having door issues, like a jammed door, or I'm actually seeing a car door specifically, but it could be a house door, a doorknob or something. All right, let's confirm these and we'll break it down. Okay, so it definitely hasn't been the right time for you guys. So there's been a lot of misalignment with both of you. So that means even though you've had cycles, every time you've had communication here, there's a reason you would think this person's emotionally unavailable. I want one more for that. Bees, they could be a significant sign. You could have just seen a beehive. Why did I just hear that movie, My Girl? That's such a sad movie. And My Girl. Anyway. One more. Okay, water sign. So they could be a water sign, you could be, but emotions have been running high with this. I want to see your connection quickly. What energy is around this connection? It's reminding me of one of my broken mirrored connections collectives. Oh, as we said it, look, the only card that's up. So it really was. You guys came into alignment. Unfortunately, both of you would have been quite self-unaware about yourself, your triggers, your vulnerabilities. I always say broken mirrored connections, they're one hard connection to be aligned to, because there's such a magnetic draw and intensity of connection, but you guys just reflect each other's wounds so much, so it can, something that could just really be solved in a disagreement turns into an argument, it turns into conflict. It's like when it comes to challenges that all relationships face, where challenges are meant to strengthen your bond, they're meant to help you build a stronger foundation, they're meant to make you trust in each other more when you overcome them. A broken mirrored connection, those things and challenges that are meant to strengthen and show each other you can count on each other and nurture each other's vulnerabilities, extreme opposite happens. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationship, reflecting each other's wounds, but you've had to go into introspection. So no wonder emotions run really high when it comes to you guys. Whoa. So again, emotionally unavailable. They've presented very self-absorbed, that this was one-sided. They could have made you think, I'm seeing my Knight of Cups in reverse, so they could have promised you the world and revoked them quite quickly, and really made you think those things that were promised, was it ever even real? Was it just words? You could have felt love bombed by this person, especially being a mirrored connection. It's just this intense draw straight away. You guys normally are like inseparable. Those relationships that go 0 to 100, literally says love bombing. I'm not going to say narcissist. You shouldn't be watching readings if you think you're connected to a narcissist. I say it all the time. So there has been betrayal. So maybe this person as well, if there's been deception, shocking attack, heartbreak, pain through this separation, there's a reason I was seeing that Knight of Cups in reverse. I don't think this collective, you've ever really found out, or you've ever really spoken on a deep level what the cause of your separation was. There could have been, you know, a conversation, oh, it's because of this, but in your soul, it's like they weren't valid enough reasons for this to be left the way it was left. But there you go. As we said, no closure. The closure issues. You've got a sailing boat here. So receiving what you need, progression arriving soon. And it could even create you to truly move on as well. When I read this move on card, I was kind of thinking this collective, you're kind of on the verge of kind of moving on already. Is this person a seed? Maybe, but I think you finally started to accept what's been done here, and maybe it's taken you a while to get into that place of acceptance, but anyway, we'll see how the reading goes. But then you've got passion, insane chemistry, liking each other equally, man. So even though there was this intensity on this person's end, they clearly never showed you that. So I've got a few collectives here, kind of the cut and run. When you are attached to someone emotionally unaware, I'm going to say emotionally unaware, sometimes people like that, the way they leave certain situations is literally to put it in that too hard basket, that condemning energy. That's done. I'm not going to address this again. So the blocking, I know you've had cycles, but since this person walked away, you would have like never seen that emotion, that sensitivity that you had when you guys were together. So it's like as soon as you guys parted ways, a different version of them would have presented to you. Normally quite cold, quite detached, very distant emotionally, very surface level. If there any point that this came, whatever communication you guys did have, it would have just been very dry. Okay. My point is this person's never come back around wanting to have another go at this. Don't make it fit. There could have been a hey, how are you, or a text here and there. But this collective, it hasn't been the right time. This person's never come back asking for a second chance. If they have, not your collective. Clearly, sorry. So the sunglasses, they're watching in right now. I always say that's not the best energy because it still shows a little bit of emotional immaturity. You have someone spying in the background and keeping tabs on you. Yes, they're thinking of you, but there's a fear of coming over. Clearly for this collective, we know why. So they're clearly accessing your energy right now. And you yourself, maybe you just had a sense of urgency to check on them or their profiles, or because this is under mirror. Okay, golden mirror. Wow. So this is about attraction, fun, flirting, wanting to date again, and temptation, but it's also about third-party interference. So you've got to remember, for the right collective, you've got stabbed in the back here. I don't think you completely know all the details of what's going on. I also do think, though, whatever this interference is, this is why you started getting this version of them, the one-sided, the emotionally unavailable, which means this person was getting a lot of advice about this connection that they were listening to. So again, your person could be quite impressionable. They could be a little bit of a people pleaser and not even know that they're a people pleaser. Could have really prioritized, you know, lifelong friends or family. Doesn't just have to be a sexual connection, although it could be for this collective. We will break it all down. But there was definitely energy on the sidelines adding to this coldness from them. But again, it was their choice. It doesn't make it valid. It was their choice. That's something they clearly have to learn and deal with and heal through in their journey in life. Stabbed in the back. Yeah. Made you feel strung along, made you feel like an option. So again, reminding me, promised you the world. When they made their decision, there was no compromise. There was no sensitivity. There was no sensitivity towards you for the difficulties they had created. So this person could have put your life up in smokes, but once they decided, done, it was like there was no empathy. They were really just taking care of themselves and their own emotional needs. And I'm also hearing it. This came to my mind. You guys, through one of these cycles, maybe right towards the start, this person could have presented, like you guys could have had a like one night stand kind of energy, maybe right at the start. Maybe, you know how sometimes you go through a separation and you're trying to make it work again. Maybe that was kind of the final straw. This person could have, like, you know, and then just went poof and vanished. I heard that very specifically. I don't think I've ever heard that in a collective. So that's an important detail for the right collective. And that could have made you feel stabbed in the back. Or as well, you could have found out just after this, they themselves connected and did something silly with someone else. And that could have really broken you as well. Oh, that's what I felt. Promised you the world. So this is what's arriving, but I actually think that's past tense. This person could have promised you literally marriage, children, family. It says what you're about to receive is union, da-da-da-da-da. We'll have to see. And then inside the triggers. So there could have been, you right now could see this as a karmic. This card's about the triggers and the turmoil and the resentment, but the right collective, there's something here with you really releasing and accepting this. But this is about the fleeting triggers, the turmoil, the resentment, the lessons, okay, underneath this insane chemistry. But this ties back to our first deviation about, I find a broken mirrored connection is more, I hate that word, but it's more up and down chaotic than a karmic connection. All right, let's finish these and we'll break this down. I'll do a you verse them for this. All right. You got the divine timing card. Everything in divine timing. Finally letting things flow through this breakup, which means even your breakup was destined. Everything in our path is destined, fated in life. Yes, free will and decisions, but this was part of your story in life, which means through this breakup something very significant changes happen to you as a person. And also, and I say this to my beautiful divines, this is why you got to let go of the time. What's meant to be will always be. You just focus on yourself and your healing. When your timer goes bing, when that cake is ready, it'll appear. And you could have just started planning little plans. I never see that. plants or like herbs or flowers or something that you've planted just started to, you know, when you plant something and it sprouts and you get really excited, or is that just me? That could have just happened. Or something really random that never sprouts in your garden just sprouted and you're like, where did that come from? So finally, where it wasn't the right time, now you do have, yes, luck is on. With these cycles, fate, karma, something ended, something. So you've clearly got strength right now, this collective, because I always say sense of urgency readings, it's not just because there's a lesson tied to it. And you could be one of my collectives. You've never found strength with this person. It's always the, oh, hey, how you going? Like, I feel there's something about your temperament towards this and your energy towards this that has changed. And it's not in anger, it's just release. Like, it's a passing thought. My collective, that'll make sense. And lady beetles, they could be important. Last one. Oh. Too many. There it is. I was just about to say, so another detail, well, you're definitely emotionally distant, but you guys could be physically distant as well. You do have communicate, but let's get one more. I'm sure that's the, be careful. This says being full of themselves. Is it a past tense thing or is it still kind of how they are? It's a bit alarming. I'm there for that. They could be going through health issues too as a detail, but I do think they're in their mind with anxiety clearly. But is it... I don't know. We'll see how this reading goes. All right. So let's just quickly get... so we're going to go you versus them. I just want to see you guys right now. I just want to see in general what's your energy, what's shining around you. We'll quickly get a couple of how you feel about them, and then we'll break it all down. Your first card. This is good. The time has come. You've got a good first card. So you really have been culmination of your effort. You're about to go through a completion. There's abundance around you, fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor. So you've got an acceleration. Whatever you've been working so hard towards, because you've been focusing on your own needs. Don't make it fit. And another card of moving on. That is such an important detail for this collective. But you're about to hit harvest season. Maybe you've actually had a moment of thinking, hold on, I don't think about this person as much. Or maybe you've really, there's a reason it's coming to my mind. It's like you're starting to realize the kind of that detachment in the heart space, the mind space when it comes to them. Oh my God. And you've got the luck card, the clover. This card is so weird. This is about good luck and good fortune and a reward, but then it's also about a fling and like a one night stand. It confuses me every time. But just be careful, because I always say our life really repeats. And that part where that came out really randomly about the having a one night kind of thing, watch the whole reading. You don't want to repeat. Remember how that made you feel last time. Although I can't see how this collective would, not with this energy, but anyway. 2nd of the 6th, 6th of the 2nd, important date, memory, or the number 26 could be important as well. You could have just found a 4-leaf clover. Oh, there we go. You got the reconciliation card. Oh, God. You, 100%, this is your personality. If you're like this, your first card, you'd be a problem solver. You don't, which means you're challenge orientated. It's hard for you to walk away from no-win situations. It's like you like to win, but you're a problem solver. You're very adaptive, you're creative. Entrepreneur, that's another big detail. Don't make it fit. Just with this, like your ambition, you've got a reward, good fortune awaiting you. I feel this is something you've either just ventured on that you're really putting all your dedication into. Maybe you've been doing it for years. There's something coming with whatever you do soulfully that's about to ignite, okay? You could be a little bit mischievous, but you've got a creative's mind. A little bit of a rebellious soul. Emperor, your action, your empire. Again, confirming. There's something this collective you do soulfully for an income. You could have a job, but there's something maybe you do on the sidelines. There's something here when it comes to you, your yang energy right now. This is what's around you energetically. Yes, it could, especially with that there. Yes, it could be this person. But I feel it's more with the theme of this. You're learning to... I'm hearing a couple things. If you grew up in a very chaotic environment, your whole life you would be drawn to chaos, if you know it or not. So which means you would have had a string of quite toxic relationships, quite, up and down chaotic relationships, because even though in the moment of that chaos it would overwhelm you, believe it or not, that's what makes you feel safe. Chaos. I see this. So I actually get people that write this in the comments when I talk about, obsessive love. People say, but I love it. That's trauma. You shouldn't like obsessive, claiming, possessive love. That's coming from wounding within your soul. That's unhealthy. Right? So this collective, I think, once upon a time, when it came to chaos, believe it or not, it would make you feel safe. You've started to learn to thrive in stability, structure, and peace. And you may not have had a love test yet to show you this, but if you're shining out Emperor energy right now, one, you've really connected to your internal yang. So you would thrive in peace now. You would thrive in stability. These ups and downs and chaos in relationships. And like I said, you're always going to have ups and downs, but how you soothe and problem solve the ups and downs in a relationship, there's a difference, right? This collective, there's just something about your energy right now where you're really aligning to your internal greatness and your internal peace, which is beautiful. And without you knowing, let's just right now, hypothetically, because this collective, you're distancing yourself from the emotion of this, right? You will know, and I see this so much in the divine community, when that person comes back, if they're not aligning with that energy that you were seeping out, you're like, huh? I wouldn't say get the ick, but it's like your energy rejects them. And the fact that you're already starting to release, maybe intuitively, because you've got to remember some of the cards that came out for them, you can feel they're not in that state of peace, that they still thrive in chaos, start unnecessary, still obsessive, still claiming, still possessive. And because you haven't had that love test just yet, you'll be very surprised, I think, this collective. And the other thing I was hearing, again, you're sitting in that structure, authority and passion and forward movement and willpower, mental discipline right now for the things in your life that you do have control of and that you do want to have that harvest season with. But then you've got this reconciliation card here. So 17th of September could be an important date. Write that down. Happy harmony. Another card of creativity. Definitely have a creative's mind. Reconciliation, a gift, love, openness, expression. Yeah, warmth and gratitude. Okay. But yes, this is around you, but without you know, and beauty. And when you start to glow from within, you do start to glow through, like, outer appearance as well. I think you're already starting to find your happiness, your harmony. You clearly are activated in your creative mind. So some of this energy you're in, right? Other energy, it's what's lingering, and I don't think you see just yet. All right, time has come. The anchor. So all your endurance, all your effort, that's another big detail. You've been putting so much effort into yourself and your path in life. About to become, I already think you're stable, but a lot of stability on its way, a lot of security because of your willpower and perseverance. Whatever's coming is going to be long lasting. So it's permanence in your life. But this is with your will to win. Very well directed collective. You don't like to sit in complacency in your life. You always push yourself. That's very good. It's funny, I brought this up in yesterday's reading. A lot of people, as long as their bills are paid, they can sit on that hamster wheel and not even notice. They're fine to sit in complacency. This collective, it's like you always want more. And that's good, but it's also... it can be kind of a double-ended sword because I find people with this personality trait, you can get a big win, right? But then you don't appreciate that big win. You can't sit in that happiness, appreciation, because you're like, what's next? You've got to learn to, when those wins come, really sit in them and sit in your accomplishments and, again, show gratitude. Luck is on your side. Do not have a little rendezvous. Sorry, I'm no one's mom, but it just confirms from the first. You got the twinny card, well, the swan card. So soulmate, twin flame, the one, a pair of things, deep soul connection, blooming love, faith, divine. But this is underneath the reward. Good luck is coming, but don't be. Watch the whole reading. Especially if it was in your cycle before. I always say, what cause detriment, you don't want to repeat what you did in the past because you'll just repeat the past. Right, collective, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Remember how sacred you are. 26 of the 6th. Another important memory or birthday. All right, this problem solver. Why do I think raccoons are so cute? They're so cute. I'm sure they're menaces, aren't they? Aren't they like known as like pests or something? I think they're so cute. So you're about to be on a crossroads. But with this, you've got the problem solving card. So whatever this is, I do think you'll make the right decision, but you've got a crossroads on your journey approaching. Number 22, you could be seeing 222 a lot, unexpected blessings, miracles on its way. Multiple choices, opportunity, you've got to weigh up the options. It could entail something to do with a road trip. And it's funny, you got distance before, but it'll be your decision at the end of the day. I'm seeing that moon card, a win-win outcome is forecast. I don't think you'll make a wrong decision here, but I do think it's gonna, whatever decision you make, it's gonna impact your journey or timeline. Does that make sense? Emperor. Okay, so again, this is you detaching from all of the shit and chaos. But contemplation and that's another thing. The Emperor is not impulsive. He sits, he centers, he makes the right decisions, okay? But you're going to have to go within with something and self-reflect. But it is going to create another, you got 2 about completion. But there's something you really need to think over here. This ties into this decision. Again, I'm not feeling it's anything that's going to be... hold on, I'm gonna get one more. I want to get one for these 2 again to confirm. Okay, so well, that's clearly them. The baggage, the burdens, they could be if this is truly divine. I always say masculines do feel a little bit cursed as you guys go through the emotional transformation. Feminines think they have it really hard. I'm gonna be honest, I actually think the feminines, yes, it's gut-wrenching, but your soul's really evolving through the emotional lessons. You're clearing out your trauma, your shadow first. The masculines are normally that blocked, because you've got to remember, you activate your high priestess first, so you've got the universal guidance around you as you're evolving. They're blocked. They're running away from that hierophant high priestess oracle within. They're running away from the mirror, so they get all the physical stuff, physical towers, injuries, loss of home, loss of job, loss of friendships, loss of family. Like, they go through the physical removal so they can, because remember, deviation for a reason. When it comes to your activation, I talk about it all the time. A spiritual awakening, a kundalini awakening, your body cannot handle any more trauma, right? It's the last bit of trauma your body can handle, and then boom, brain fuses out, you start awakening to the world. Normally, in the pairing, whoever activates that, actually not normally, whoever activates into that divine feminine, the trauma buildup in your soul is so much grander than the masculine connected to you. So the reason they get all the physical things, how you did through your life, right, to create trauma, that's what happens to them. It's that trauma buildup, right? So they can activate, fuse out, and start going within. Right, collective, this will make sense. So this long deviation for me hearing bloody they feel cursed, but this is why the masculines really feel cursed, and a lot of the time, because you're finding your magic, right, they blame you. They think you're there doing hoodoo voodoo and this and that and blah. This masculine, baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret. But the thing is with this collective, are they going to speak about it? That's the issue. Anyway, we'll get into it. I just want one more for these four. What's this decision? Okay, it is. It's going to entail getting yourself out there, collaborations. It could be a crossroads with this situation. You might need to choose independence. I just think you've got big opportunities coming for whatever you've been working so hard for. And if you're someone in life that you've always had to, always adapted to your partner's needs and wants, or put your dreams on hold for your partners, or haven't pushed yourself, because once you're in love, that's everything. Of course, you're going to get a test about that as well. So that's a question you need to ask yourself. Okay, I just want to get a couple of cards on how you feel, and then we'll get into this person. You do have temptation around you. Oh my God, as I said, they think you do voodoo. But this is about your supernatural abilities, your sixth sense, your belief. Maybe you can really feel this ignition, expecting. You could think this person's gotten someone pregnant. You guys could have shared a child, or it could be expectation. Let's get one more for expecting. Denial. Okay, I think if it's your intuition, like if you think, I don't think you know for fact if it's something you're in, because you got denial over this. But I'm going back to that first part. 3 different collectives where when your person left, they either got you pregnant, they made you terminate, or you lost a child, right? And I've got a collective where you had a child together, yes. This collective, I actually feel, because I keep going to that stabbed in the back, right? I feel this collective, this is part of, and maybe you haven't really faced how much this really hurt you. If you guys lost a child together and this person just has never even opened up and had a conversation with you about it, I think this is finally starting to make you realize, hold on, what was done here? How could I have been blinded to that? How was I not upset? How was I pining and craving after someone that left me in truly my darkest days? So that's what I'm feeling for this collective. But I did say you could think that this person's gotten someone pregnant, but you don't know for fact because denial's over this, unless you did call them on it and they're denying it. Okay. But you still kind of see them as home. But maybe as well you're starting to remember moments of when you guys were together, like more of the actual things that created cracks here. But this does say home, window to the soul. Okay, I was feeling a way more detached kind of energy, but this collective, maybe you think they struggle with addictions as well. Now that I'm reading this, I think it's more you're finally realizing the details that you unfortunately had forgotten. I feel this collective, you were just holding on to all the good times. If you were someone that is if you were someone that's either on a path of sobriety or you guys do not align when it comes to this, of course you would be thinking about it. I'm actually looking at those chains, which I don't normally take notice of, and I think they're chained to some really unhealthy things in their life. And I think, because you've got to remember that first part, you think this person's just a waste of time. Now they're emotionally unavailable, and if they're chained to things in life, they're refusing to change, and it caused ups and downs in the past, you're not silly. You're like, until that changes, we're just going to repeat the same shit. So even though you're tempted, I know you got magic here. I hope you have. I don't think this collective would. I hope you haven't done any kind of magic. But maybe it's more just your mind's waking up to, again, the details that you were not taking notice of, that you should have in the past. But let's confirm. What are you tempted with? Oh, you're up. That's what I feel. You're upgrading through the temptation. I don't think this collective's. I think this is where you've upgraded. You're going through a DNA upgrade. I think this is, and maybe that's what you think. Was this just all temptation because I wasn't winning? Remember, this collective, you're a winner. You like to win. And if this is someone you did not win with, maybe that could be another important detail here. But you're upgrading from the temptation. Magic, right person, wrong time. I think it's more the details. I'm going slow-mo. Remember that last deviation about the magic? I was like, I hope you're not doing magic. And then I said, maybe it's just your mind evolving, like that sixth sense to the situation. This right person, wrong time. I think this is why the details, right, are coming to your mind. You could still have a moment of thinking, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But you're starting to understand about the wrong time here. Like, denial, addiction, so not being truthful with things. Bloody, do your values, do your lives, do your decisions kind of line up, or at least line up enough to actually build a long-term foundation through? I think before you were just in pain. You just wanted this person back. You didn't even think about this stuff. Okay, expecting denial. This one's confusing me, but synchronicities. And that could also confirm a loss of child. You feel like you've got your beautiful angel baby on your shoulder, but maybe you're getting a lot of signs, or you're seeing a lot of things that this person's, especially, why am I hearing tarot? If you're watching collective tarot and you're hearing your person's gotten someone pregnant, flip through that. You don't need that kind of stuff for this collective. You've got synchronicities here. So let it be you're seeing a lot of pregnant people or whatever it is. Don't overthink that stuff. Don't overthink that stuff. Like if you don't know it for fact, just don't, you know, right, collective, you know what I'm saying. This is what makes me think you're not angry. Remember what I said, it's just more of an acceptance. And I do think there's still a part of you that thinks if this person gets their courage, their lion strength towards this, and I see changes, this will show me, blah, 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 whatever the case. But at least you're realistic now. Like, you're not going to be the, oh, hey, one message, have a fret. You're starting to literally, until they lock in and show me this is something they're truly invested through action, not through words, then kind of how can this person be my home? Addictions, so the attachment, good, again, realistic. Have they gone through their avoidance? Again, the golden mirror, the self-involved, all of that stuff, you're aware of it now. You're aware of it, this collective. And again, codependent. What are they codependent to in their life? Biggest thing I'm hearing for the right collective, the details you once missed, you are not missing anymore. You're being realistic. You're using that, I don't even want to say Queen of Swords. I think you've got a real Queen of Pentacles outlook. You've still got an understanding place, a caring place in your heart. But she's like the realist, right? And she's got boundaries over her heart. Because I'm not seeing that detached coldness. Tell me, like, I'm seeing more of a warm place in the soul, but it's coming from a place of understanding, but also of realization. Okay, don't make it fit. Don't make it fit. All right. Do I just get you one archetype card? I want to get you an archetype card. I'm actually liking this. I love all of my collectives, but I really like the energy I'm feeling here. This is nice. Let's just get you. Let's get you one. Okay. Just one, please. One. 3 normally come out at first. I just want one. How's this beautiful collective shining right now? Every time I pick up these cards, I say the same thing. Such a beautiful, magical deck. But what was she thinking? Making them this thick and round and big. And I'm telling you, I've got man hands and I can just get my big paws around it. Okay. Oh, you're going through the forest. We read this the other day. This is a good one. It's about really having to walk your way through that darkness, but believing in that magic, and that's what's pushed you through. So right now you're still kind of, this is a really beautiful card. The woods, the thicket, and the jungle. Okay, consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely to include all the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space, a little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret, mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, then that you get lost within it. And you've been lost in your emotion for so long. You've been, I don't want to say lost in your path, you've been excelling in your path, but when it came to your heart space, and I find true divines, that's where, unfortunately, most of your trauma is created. It takes a long time for you to really heal that and come to a place of self-value and self-love and respect and get out of that chaotic dynamic we were explaining in the start. You guys have such a tough journey when it comes to your emotional space. And I think in all other areas, you've been thriving. But when it came to here, unfortunately, you were lost in the darkness for a long time. But now, this collective, look at that beautiful emerald. Just, it's like you're making your way to that space. You have belief. And the sad thing is, this collective, you haven't even had a big love test to show you how much you are starting to see yourself and what you deserve. You clearly see it when it comes to your direction in life, but still, I don't think you're as aware when it comes to the heart space. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires that we first, I already read this, get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through. And you guys all believe that at the start because your 4D mind activates. You see your end stop and you think your end stop's going to come any day. And then the first year goes by, the second year goes by, the third year, and then you finally start to surrender. And you look back at that time and you're like, how did I think I was ready for X, Y, and Z back then? It's magical when you guys get to that place of true surrender and understanding why this has taken so long. But soon enough, you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and entanglement, but equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among those trees. You're on an adventure, and there's no turning back, so embrace the dim light and keep moving through the shadows, whether literal or imaginal. Brave the forest and get lost getting found. And that's this journey. We have to get lost. We have to relearn what we once thought was life. We have to reparent ourselves to get found again. Magic abounds you. You're a childlike wanderer, a venture on its way. Very nice. Very nice. Coming out of the cave. Okay. You could love getting lost in the forest. We call it the bush here in Australia, and I love the bush. Water's my element, but gosh, we've got this bat. I actually recorded it, I think it was last year. I went for it's actually called the Blue Lagoon, and anyway, I walked down there and I could hear all these bats screeching, and I went in and it was daytime and there was thousands of them just hanging on the trees, because here over nighttime when we're out on the balcony, you just see these, like, I'm talking packs of bats just flying. I think they're fruit bats here in Australia. They're like little, they're brown ones. I don't know why I'm getting into so much detail about bats, but the whole point is you could really like the forest. Okay. Where did that come from? Okay. So let's see this person. First, let's see what's around them, how they see you, their intention here, and then we'll get tarot message from spirit. What's coming next? Okay. So what's going on around their energy right now? Oh. Okay. So they've got the transformation. They got the stork card. Oh, whoa. They got the ball and chain, so they're feeling heavy. I might need to get my emotional cards. They're feeling heavy, weighed down. They're codependent, so you can feel it. They are codependent on things that are trapping them. They feel restricted through addictions. They're emotionally unhappy. Maybe this says unhappy. I don't think this person's married, but I think they're definitely emotionally unhappy. The stork, though, transformation, change. They are renewing, but they're restless right now. Maybe they're thinking of moving as well, but they're going over a pregnancy, a birth. Oh, that's good. Whatever this is, I do believe they're overcoming it, because you've got the bridge here. This is about overcoming barriers. So communication, uniting, connecting, harmony, compromise, overcoming barriers. 17th of the 12th could be an important date or memory. Okay, so they're in the middle of a season with something, but they're very purpose driven right now. They're wanting to feel secure and more security in their environment. They're working on their confidence. They're starting to get things done. That's good. But they could be a little bit stubborn with some things that are in their life, but they're being bold. They're being brave. So you can feel that courage as well getting created in there. At least I'll say this. Whatever emotional overwhelm, upheaval, we'll get tarot for them, see what's going on. Emotional overwhelm and upheaval is going on. Instead of feeling sorry for themselves, instead of victim mentality, at least they're finally starting to think, I'm sick of this shit. It's making them restless. It's making them feel... I'm going slow-mo again. There we go. Gosh, that really annoys me. It's at least making them move forward, I'm sure, is what I was saying. One more. Top row. Tower! Holy moly. So I've got to get tarot now. So they're going through it. I always say this... Sometimes I will tap into you guys or even connecting energy and I feel tower energy, but the tower doesn't come up, which then makes me think they've been sitting in it for a long time and they've got a long suffering, a custom. There is something that has come in clearly. Remember, those towers are actually so beautiful. I actually feel it's such a positive card in tarot because yes, the way it comes in is to create destruction and upheaval, but that tower that was there was never meant to be there. It was rickety, it was falling apart. It's a tower in our life. It's what we're creating in our life. It's not meant for us. So by getting a tower and putting that into destruction, because the fires are what makes us grow in life, the most painful fires create a phoenix period. It creates forward movement. It creates the right structure, the right tower to be built if we learn the lesson and don't repeat the mistake. So actually see that as yes, it comes from a place of, destruction, but what it comes out the other end of it is actually beauty. But whatever it is, it's making them angry. Hold on, what's going on in this person's life? Remember, I saw that Knight of Cups in reverse right at the start. Their manipulation. Well, we know that's you because I was saying that right first part, watch the whole thing. So how they broke your heart through manipulation, 2 cards of manipulation, one after another. How they disappointed you, revoked these offers, 2 cards of obsession, one after another. But manipulative obsession, their inner wounds, their inner child wounds, their blocks in life. 1, I feel this is making them reflect on what they've done with you. You've got to remember that purple deck, they're about to return, right? But 2, I'm going to be honest, tasted their own medicine. I think someone's just done this to them and they literally got reflected their bad behavior. Oh my gosh, how they've overcommitted, their poor choices in life, how they constantly drop the ball, how they're overwhelmed and disorganized. And we said it with this. It's like they're starting to really realize, F this, I don't want this no more in my life. That's good. So they're focusing on a 6 of Swords. So to move on from the storm, right? They do want to find peace and resolve. They're thinking of conflicts they want to resolve. So whatever this is, they don't want to resolve that. They want to walk away from that. But they want to overcome the hardship. The only way to do that is to move on from what creates the hardship. All right, this heartbreak. Yeah, burdening them. I'm sticking to you because that's when I saw that card specifically when I was reading you. I think they're starting to realize, holy what have I done here? But they're on a brink of collapse, and it could be as well what's been done to them. Brink of collapse. I don't want to say over their limit. I just think it's more that done energy. I can't keep walking through life this way. But they are overloaded with emotion. Oh, did you see in my hand like that? Queen of Swords in reverse. So I do think someone's done something that they do to people to them. This person could be very critical, calculating. They could be a gossiper. They've been easily influenced by this person and clouded judgment. And we had that deviation, that golden mirror, and then the third party interference. And I said there was someone that was creating or adding to the creation of this outlook. But they could be going over there, bloody calculating, manipulative ways too. This is good. So this has been happening for the past few weeks, but it's to help them let go of control of the, like they're trying to make a puzzle piece fit in their life, or multiple that do not fit and do not serve them. But they want to start having fun again in life. 10 of Coins in reverse, family issues. So this could be family things that they know they need to move on from too. But this is, family feud, money concerns, financial gains and losses. Maybe money's tied to their family. They work for their family. Could have been, this is also a card of inheritance. Maybe they were staying around people for an inherit. Like that's really bad if that was happening. Let's get one more. Oh, negative karmic connections, toxicity, energetic implants, again, impressionable. They listen to everyone else, physical or emotional abuse, codependent on these things. And remember when I was reading your cards and they came out for you and with the chains, and I said, I feel they're chained to situations in their life. Well, but I will say, see, the tower didn't come out in here. So either this tower's happened and they're sitting in it, or it hasn't hit them yet. Because this is what's around their energy. Maybe this tower hasn't come in just yet. They're starting to be aware of what's around them. But has that tower arrived? I don't know. They're definitely they're getting lessons to be strong. Maybe they're preparing for this tower that they cannot see. Let's confirm. Oh! Every deck you're coming out. This collective, you're definitely a witchy poo. I think this person thought you were doing things here. Temperance. I'm not going to lie, for a long time, because everything, I really do think that they thought you were creating all of this emotional shit in their life. I really do. It's been the theme of this. It's coming out in every deck. But now they've got temperance over this. So I think they're starting to get out of the blame game. I am going to get those emotion cards to confirm. But they're wanting peace. They're wanting to moderate this. They're sick of the chaos. And you guys are learning that too right now. Okay. Oh, this is where they're restless. It's over this with you, but they are wanting to transform this. The passion here, the chemistry, the excitement. They're lusting over you right now. That's another big detail. Watch the whole thing. Again, I wouldn't be doing that for this collective, but anyway. Wow. So they know this is a huge obstacle to come and overcome these barriers, but maybe they're dreaming about, but they're trying to have their wits about you when it comes to this situation. They're trying to trust. They know they need to stand in their power. They could feel they're telepathically connected to you, but obstacles removed. They know they need this is a big obstacle for them in their mind to come forward. 12:13. You could be watching this at 12:13. Perfect. So they've got the full energy through this coming bold, brave, courage, needing to, they're going to jump in. They're going to step into the unknown. A rebel without a cause. I said you guys could be a bit rebellious. Maybe this person's a bit rebellious too. Tower. Oh, seeing through the facade. Oh, seeing through the facade. Secrets lifted. I had a collective yesterday caught red-handed. I always find I have a theme throughout the week. Maybe. They're wise, they're aware, they're observant. The unknown is about to be revealed. They know what's going on. Do they know? As soon as that happens, they will. 16th of the 6th. Wow. Okay. Let's get their feelings for you. Then I want to get their emotions quickly, and then we'll get intention. Okay. No. Well, we know that. They are wanting to reunite. Oh, good! So they're going through their awakening. Or they're really taking notice of yours. Destiny. And then you've got unconditional love. That's good. I was not feeling this. Maybe this last tower is going to kind of put ignition into it. Healing. Oh, wow. My angels, this is a really good top row. I definitely think they've seen a transformation in you. Okay. Oh, clearing, healing, karma. So the elephant over the overcoming barriers. This is underneath reunion. So they have been going through karma. But, oh, they are wanting to clear and heal. This is so different to the other decks. Let's just see what confirms all these. I'm not sure about this Kunda Toot Toot just yet. Let's... Mirroring! Spirit's like, shut up. Wow. So you both... Okay. So there is an activation taking place in them. That means they're starting to understand you. They put you in the crazy basket at the start. Remember, they're running away from it. So if they're going through it, now they're having under... And then you got on the same frequency with Destiny. Jeez Louise, these are good. Oh my... What is going on? Sorry. You just got to... We've got one more thing. You just got a clean sweep. Unconditional love, 20. It'd be better if divine feminine, divine masculine came out, because I always say, yes, broken mirror, but your journey is to, so it makes me think it's still very fresh. Maybe they're just starting to learn about this journey and unconditional love. Oh, God. And that's this journey. Get the out of town. Your very last card, this and the You Inspire Me are my favorite, the red thread. So your healing's worked. Remember, I always say, you guys, that magical red thread, it's to pull them up. As you heal, you've jumped, you've quantum jumped. As you do it, they're about 6 to 9 months behind you. You pull them up through that thread. So all the healing you've done, and this way I say, don't worry about them. Just keep focused. If you believe in your bond, that energy transitions through that thread. It's just about belief, surrender, and go, go, go for you. Okay. This clean sweep. Very nice. because you're removing it. And this is what happens. True Divine's the tables turn. As soon as you hit true detachment, release the and it's a phase, you can't force it. You guys all go through the same phases. This is where the magic starts to happen. And the only way to do that is focus on yourself and your self-love. Don't always hold on to the memories and the timeline and the expectation. Just focus on you. That was really nice. Okay, I just want to quickly get emotions, intentions. Let's see if we really get a clean sweep here, and then we'll see what's coming, because I can't get past that purple deck and the black one that we did. Very opposite to that. Oh, still possessive. I knew it. That's what I said before. It's not going to work. Remember when I was reading you about the Emperor for thriving in, so they're still possessive. Oh God, oh God, here we go. They've got their fixation. They're clinging on to the past. They want affection, strong fondness for you right now. They think this feels like love. Well, look at the things that came out. They can't detach from you. They're hooked on. Why did I just see fishing? Does your person like fishing? Your mind, controlling, jealous, monitoring you, watching you, confirmation. You got the spy, the sunglasses. Insecure, dominating. At least they've activated. So you got to think about you guys and how long it takes you guys to get past this stuff. So now they're in your state of just, I don't want to say, you know, we spoke about it before, you just hold on to all the good things. The self-reflection is another phase. It's, again, the phases. This doesn't work in relationships, my angels. Oh, God. Anxious, overwhelmed, fearful, on the edge, overthinking, nervous, worried, imagining the worst, having that elephant over the bridge energy. Oh, God. One more. But they're hopeful. So they're definitely not in divine masculine strength, my loves. Optimistic, hopeful that they get what they want. I don't like the way how that's worded. What they want. Like, how can they be confident if they're fearful? I don't even think they know what they feel. At least they've gone through an activation. That's good. I can see it already, my angels. Not time. This is why you're letting go, because you're going to feel that it's not time. Everything we say is for a reason. It's like you don't even, I think, realize it, but their energy is not going to lie to you because they've still got just qualities that you don't want to have in a connection anymore. Oh, I love that card. True divines, you are meant to be a power couple. I never understood what people meant when they used the term power couple. However, since meeting you, I realize how much positive change we can create together. Love that. Number 27. That's good. Divine timing. These ones are good. They're deep emotions, not. I want to take action towards you. I want to talk with you. I want to be with you. I want to feel you. Please be. So this says, please be patient with my love. I'm coming back into. Do they know I'm coming back? The divine would have veils over this. They're going to, there's a test in this. They're going to show you through action more to reaffirm to you the belief in your connection again, but just to keep going, right? To show you your strength, to have that love test, to put yourself first, to see your value, to see how much you've changed. Doesn't mean it's time though. You got to trust they're still going through their trauma, and you can see it. This is about tumultuous lives, childhood trauma, but you can completely see it, right? Because here, surface level, but it's literally down here. They don't even know. It's like, they would still know they've got some of those qualities, but it's sad because and this is, remember what we said with you guys, then the first year goes past the and you're like, oh my God, I was never ready. It's kind of that mind frame. It's like it all feels like yes, 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 yes in your mind, but your soul is still relearning life. It's perfect example for this. In their mind, it's like, yes, you can't be this with one powerful person. You need two. Do you know what right, collective, you'll know what I'm saying. But you finally have the strength, literally, no, as we're saying it, not time. It's not time. Now you've got the strength to put the boundary up, though. Now you've got the strength to return the favor and make them walk through the fire. It's their fire they constantly give you with the abandonment that just keeps pushing you to grow. When you guys don't have strength to return the favor and you're like, you're not teaching them nothing. You're excusing their bad behavior. You're providing the same lessons karmics do. Divines, you're meant to provide different lessons. Never had the strength to provide the right lessons to this person, but now you do. Still. So I do think with this they are changing, but remember their tarot. I wouldn't be surprised if this person's a little heartbreaker, because I feel something's been reflected back to them. I didn't understand our connection and the way I felt when I was with you. I wasn't ready for what this was. I can't handle this. Oh, I'm going to say couldn't. And they're stuck in a mental prison. So the reason they're going to be hiding these things, hidden truth, confusion, deception, illusion, mystery, nah. They've still got a temperament. You guys could even have potential of, because remember, a big lesson here for you is to show you that you don't thrive in chaos anymore. So I do think this person gonna have an immature approach. They could be coming from a place of conflict in their life, but I think they're gonna be very hypersensitive, and I do think they're gonna even start an argument over something so unnecessary. Or let's say you choose not to respond, they're going to be childish. They might even block you. I just feel this person, and it's all behind this Eight of Swords. They're creating shit up here that's not even happening. Okay, this is not a good approach, but there's a reason for it, because it's to make you choose you. Yeah, and Nine of Swords, feeling victim. I thought they were breaking out of victim mentality. You got two cards here of complete anxiety and overwhelm. So this energy is being led with this broken bird. So it's not your job to fix the broken bird. No one was there to fix you. Right? It's just so feeling sorry for themselves. Oh, I did this, but because of this, or oh, I did, and like, let's get one more. Not good action, my. This is why they're going to present full of themselves. It makes sense. They are going to present full of themselves. But it's the lesson you need. Oh my God, that happened yesterday, but with the what was it? That happened yesterday. You've got the justice over the heartbreak. Stop it. So this is the justice card, right? About life lessons, purple curtain, what you need to see, the blockages, the emotional blockages, right? What a pair. That's magic. And yesterday what happened was magic. So yes, they're going to talk about the heartbreak, and I think they're coming from a place of heartbreak. Watch the whole reading. Justice is over this. Learn the lessons. My advice. Okay, let's see how you should be. That's what I said you are. Queen of Pentacles. Did I not say that? That's you guys right now. So boundaries, realistic approach, be a beautiful, caring self. Don't fall short. Don't start an argument. Just put yourself first. We explain that in your part. Seven of Cups, you feel confused. That's your emotion telling you, get away from this. And they are going to try and confuse you. Let go of it. Let go of it. Love should not confuse you. Judgment Day. see yourself, past, present, future version of yourself. You're uniting. You're going to see this is a love test for you. Huge one. New spiritual story for yourself. Awaken to you. Okay? Judgment and justice over this situation. To get a clean slate, you need to clear and purge. This shit would not work in any connection. Baby. Why did you see Dirty Dancing? Love that movie. Ascend. One more for you guys. World. To get a world, you need to end out the old. Judgment and world over you. Come into a completion. It's not even going to be hard for this collective. I think you're going to do it. I think your energy is literally going to reject this. It's going to repel this. You're not going to find this. You're not going to find this like, oh, I think you're going to be like, whoa. Ew. That's what I think you're going to be like. I'm going to be honest, but you just need to be I don't want to say understanding and like just protect yourself, but don't start an argument. Be your caring, nurturing. Oh, I hope you're okay. I hope you're, that's whatever. You'll know what to say, but boundaries. Be realistic. End it out. Show this person that shit guilt tripping me or this or that doesn't work for me no more. It's so weird. I say this all the time. It's like spiritual people just expect you to be a doormat. Like, oh, you're supposed to be love and light and butterflies, rainbows, sunshine, lollipops all the time. Bullshit. Sorry, not true. I always say a bit of spice is nice. And don't let this person mistake your kindness for weakness. I'm really sorry you're going through that or X, Y, and Z. But, we've gone through a lot here and we have never spoken about anything that's been done. I'm very surprised that you think I'm going to be here to support you through whatever this is. And if that conversation is about you, I'm sorry for breaking your heart. It was because of this. I chose that. I was da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whatever the case, it just feels very, it's more going to be the blame. Oh, they wouldn't let me come and talk to you, or they would. It's so it just feels very childish. Okay, so just stand up for yourself. In that beautiful Queen of Pentacles nature. But anyway, let's get you some charmies. Like I said, it's just going to be a natural response for this collective to just be like, oh, this feels weird. Yeah, you got the divine protection heart thing. Believe. Seashells. Divine. Guidance. Lesson. Center. Maybe that's your crossroads that's coming up. But again, like I said, you don't make the wrong decision. I said it when we were there. Ducks, you could have a memory of ducks, but your intuition, you could see ducks on the day that this comes in. Okay, this is my full moon energy. Would happen on a full moon. Bananas! Love banana. Could be eating a banana. Every time I see that banana, I see banana bread. Trust your eye. You're evolving. Okay, you could have broken a necklace. This is my Holy Grail card, but I more see it as that Ace of Cups right now for yourself, self-love, self-respect. The lucky horseshoe, this very rarely comes. And Salem rang a bell. You got luck on your side. Could love horses. Okay, E, W, F, Y, X, O, O. Why did I just hear moo? You could love cows. You could live on a farm. 12th of the 8th, 8th of the 6th, 6th of the 8th, 6th of the 11th, 11. Trust in your destiny. Just saying. Hi, Salem. 18th of the 12th, 12th of the 5th, 5th of the 12th, 18th of the 5th, 6th of the 5th, 5th of the 6th, 26th of the 5th, or 6th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 5th. All right, my loves. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.